Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a topic that's often overlooked but incredibly important, and that is how to handle missing values and outliers in your data. Now you might be wondering, why should I care about this? Well, if you want to ensure your analysis is accurate and reliable, you've got to clean up that data first. Think of it like tidying up before you start cooking. You wouldn't want to make a meal in a messy kitchen, right? So let's get right into it. So for today, this is the data that we'll be making use of, that has the employee age variable, department variable, and years at company. So we might be wondering what missing values are. Missing values can be thought as just blank spaces, or in cases where you don't have any information concerning a particular variable. So for this, under this employee age, we can see that we have a missing value here, and I'm sure there are more. Yes, as you can see, we have more missing values under the employee variable. Some of the reasons why they are always missing values, maybe someone forgot to input them, or just that the data was not available at the particular time of imputation. So people often take a quick approach when it comes to missing values. That is, they will decide to remove or delete these missing values, but that is not always the best approach. We have to identify these missing values and then deal with them in a way that it will not affect other variables. I'm sure you are with me. So the first thing that we will do is to identify and calculate the number of missing values, and then we can proceed to deal with these missing values. First, we have to define the cell that contains the missing values. Otherwise, we cannot count the total number of missing values that we have under the employee age variable. So the first thing we have to do is to select the entire employee age variable, that is column B, and then we'll proceed to find and replace under the home tab, and then click on replace, and then a dialog box comes up. So we have find words and replace with. So under this find words, we are actually supposed to input here what we intend finding in the employee age variable, and for the replace with, we have to input what we desire to replace what we found. Like, for example, right here we are trying to find the missing values, and I won't be inputting anything here. I'm going to leave it as it is, blank. For the replace with, I'll be replacing it with a double hash. So I will then proceed to click on replace all, and I'll click OK. WPS spreadsheet has completed its search and has made 11 replacements. So we have 11 missing variables. So I'll click OK and then close the dialog box. As we can see that the blank space here has been replaced with double hash, and as we can see, as I keep scrolling down, you keep seeing what we've replaced the missing values with, that is a double hash. So first off, we need to provide a professional look on our findings. So here we say total number of missing values of employee age. So as we are going to assign a formula to this, we want to make use of the COUNTIF function to count how many missing values we have and the employee age. So we are going to initiate this function with the equal sign, then we say COUNTIF, then we double click right here. So there are two things we need to provide, that is the range and the criteria. So the range for this will be the whole employee age variable, that is column B, and then the criteria for this will be the double hash. But since it's not a numeric value, we will input it in between a double quotation sign. So then we click enter, and as you can see, we have a total number of 11 missing values. Now we have to deal with the 11 missing values, and it's not by removing them, because if we decide to remove them, we also risk removing significant information about the department and years at company. Instead, we replace the missing values with the representative employee age, and the most suitable is the average value of the employee age. So let's proceed. So first of all, we have to differentiate between the missing values and the numeric data. Otherwise, we will not be able to calculate the average age without error. So the first thing we have to do is to click on any cell in the employee age variable, and then we proceed to the data tab, and then we go to sort. You can sort in an ascending manner or descending order. So for this, we will be sorting in a descending order. So we'll click on descending. So as we can see, we have the non-numeric values first, and then the remaining numeric values are downwards. So let's calculate the average employee age. So we write average employee age, and as we did before, as we're assigning a formula to this, so we initiate with an equal sign and then call up the average function, double click, and then we select the values that we want to find the average for. So we click on Ctrl Shift, the arrow button downwards. So we selected all the value we need to find the average. Then we click on enter, and as we can see, this is our average employee age, but we don't want any decimals. So we proceed to the home tab and continue clicking on decrease decimal. Okay, so we are good now. Our average employee age is 41. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace, or we're going to take this 41, which is our average employee age, and that is going to be our replacement for all the missing values. So to do that, we'll click on this column, that is the employee age variable, and then proceed to find and replace. Click on replace, And then what we want to find is the double hashtag, and we want to replace it with 41. So we say replace all. So you see here, it says WPS spreadsheet has completed the search and has made 11 replacements. So we click on OK and we say close. So right now we can see that we have found and we have counted the number of missing values under the employee age variable, and we have been able to replace them. So let's take a step further. Let's see how to deal with missing values, but this time for a categorical data like department. The first thing we have to do is to select the column which has the variable department, and then we proceed to find and replace. We click on replace, and then just like we did before, we replace all. So a total number of 6 replacements has been made. So we say OK and close. So to put it in a professional outlook, we still do the same thing we did before. We say total number of missing of this time around department. We make it bold, and then we assign a formula to this. We're using the count if function. Count if, double click. We'll provide it with a range, which is the column C. Separate it with a comma. Then the criteria is a double hashtag. So we proceed, and then we click enter. So we can see that we have a total number of 6 missing values from the variable department. The next thing we'll do is select the entire column. Under the data tab, we'll go to sort. This time we'll be sorting in an ascending order. So we click ascending, say continue with the current selection, click on sort. So now we can see the missing values we have here. So for us to find the mode value, because it's actually the mode value that we'll use to replace those missing values with. So we need to calculate the frequencies pertaining to each unique value in the variable department. So we select the entire column C. So we proceed to the insert tab. We put our cursor where we want to put the pivot table. So it's here, G13. So we click on pivot table. So this asks us to select the range. So the range here is column C. So existing worksheet, we want the pivot table and the existing worksheet we are working with, and we click OK. So here is our pivot table. So click drag departments over to row, drop it on rows, and then still click on departments, drop it on values. So we can say that this is all the values we have, and we can see that the mode here is actually marketing with a total count of 67, which means that we'll be replacing our we'll be replacing our missing values with marketing. So we select the entire column, that is column C. Then under the home tab, we proceed to find and replace. We click on replace. Okay, so we'll be finding the double hash, and then we'll be replacing it with marketing. So we click on replace all. So we can see that a total number of 6 replacements has been made. Click OK and close. As you can see here, the total number of missing values of department is now 0. So for our pivot table, let's just refresh that. Okay, now you see that. Now we can see that we no longer have any missing values. So that is it, guys. There you have it. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and that you're feeling more confident in your data cleaning skills. Remember, the cleaner your data, the more reliable your analysis will be. So don't skip these steps. If you want to practice what we've covered today, I have included a link to the data sets we used in the video description. Go ahead and give it a try on your own. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember subscribing to the channel for more content like this. I would love to hear how you're using these techniques in your own work, so drop a comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.